saw Mandeep, but I stand corrected.
Pulls guard. Here we go, coming up next in the featherweight division, the fight that everybody's been waiting for. It's the return of Abdul Badakhshi, 1.5 years later against Hae Park. I can't wait for this one. It's coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next fight is in the featherweight division. Making his way to the cage, Hae Park!
Hae Park, the Titan from Korea, is here to make his way into the MFN cage. It is the need of the hour, because if he does not defend himself clearly, this fight is going to be a very, very short night against a power puncher and grappler in Abdul.
Well, looking at the stat, it seems that this gentleman here is a submission expert. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt, and 4 of his 10 wins have come via submission.
Absolutely, he has mastered the arm triangle, the guillotine, the RNC, all 3 of them being submission.
I mean, you know, he's a jiu-jitsu champion, but we spoke.
So I think for Park, this is a sound strategy. If he can shock the world by going hard at Badakhshi early, it might just turn the fight in his favor.
Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from the heart of Afghanistan, Abdul Badakhshi!
They call him the Afghan Lion, a warrior who's coming back amidst controversy, unrelenting effort, an unwavering, unrelenting attempt to make it back to fighting, to make it back, to prove why he is one of the strongest forces and strongest lightweight fighters in this division. The Afghan Lion, after a 1.5-year hiatus, has made his back to MFN 13.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Afghan Lion is back. And Arjun, one word if I have to say about Abdul Badakhshi is that he's anti-fragile. He's been through a lot in the last 1.5 years, and tonight he's here, as we can hear the crowd cheering. The Afghan Lion is back at Matrix Fight Night.
With the flag on his back and the country tattooed on his chest, this veteran killer is coming back to the cage to show the people who he really is.
You know, the thing is that it's such an emotional moment for Abdul Badakhshi, because the world is in turmoil in so many ways. He's carrying his nation on his shoulders. There's been a lot of problems right now in Afghanistan.
His face.
God, dear God, he was sitting, it happened right in front of me.
It was a tough fight that Abdul Badakhshi gave to him.
Be careful right now, because I don't know what's going to happen once that cage door shuts. The fans here, if you thought the fans were crazy in the last fight, the support for Abdul Badakhshi is just ridiculous. The roof is going off at the Noida Indoor Stadium, and you're watching Matrix Fight Night 13.
But you have to give it to Hae as well.
Let's look at the tail of the tape. Hae Park, 31 years of age, 176 centimeters in terms of height, and his style is MMA. On the other hand, we've got the Afghan Lion, Abdul Badakhshi, 28 years of age, has a 2-centimeter height advantage, and his style is also MMA.
Let's go inside the cage for the final introductions with Jared Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is in the featherweight division. First, fighting out of the blue corner, he holds a professional record, 10 wins, 3 losses. He weighed in at 66.3 kilograms, representing South Korea. Give it up for Hae Park! His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, get ready to witness the return of a true warrior. He holds a professional record, 13 wins, 3 losses. He weighed in at 66.1 kilograms with knees of steel and fists of glory, hailing from the heart of Afghanistan. Ladies and gentlemen, as the action begins, the referee for the fight, Herb Dean.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves. Let's do it.
You know what? I'll say one thing for this fight. Don't blink, because the temperature just dropped inside the Noida Indoor Stadium. As things, regardless of temperature dropping, it's hotting up in here. We've got Abdul Badakhshi making his return to Matrix Fight Night. 1.5 years waiting in the wings. He knew this was his chance. This is his moment. He's crouched, he's poised, and Park has his hands full. He knew what fight he's stepping into. Here we go, boys. We've been waiting for this one all month long.
Arjun, I'd asked you if I'd ever seen a crowd as hyped when we saw Mandeep, but I stand corrected. The crowd is going
big knee immediately. Pulls guard, and elbow. He's over. He's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the
Abdul
best in the world.
Badakhshi has done it. Abdul Badakhshi. It's just incredible. I don't know when it happened.
Arjun, hold your horses. Let me tell you, this is the fastest knockout ever pulled in the history of Indian MMA.
We need to see the timing on that fight, because Park was done. We knew the power he brought to the cage. We knew the shots that he had. We knew the elbows were coming, and we knew what he was capable of. Sign C.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He said he would do what he said he
and
did.
he did it
And
before
he
time.
did it.
He
He
came,
did it.
he delivered, and he's conquered the cage here. And yesterday at the presser, he said, whosoever wins the title tonight, the featherweight title tonight, will be fighting
That's his
Abdul
belt.
Badakhshi. Tonight, the featherweight title tonight, will be fighting
That's his
Abdul
belt.
Badakhshi.
That's his
that
belt.
man right there needs to get his hand on the goal, because there's a reason why he's one of the best in the world. Abdul Badakhshi, the Afghan Lion, puts his opponent to sleep in the very first round.
This is an emotional moment. You can see that hugging the family. There was a lot of hype behind him. When there's a lot of hype behind the return of a fighter, there's that pressure of him, the pressure of a country coming at you, a pressure of a country's hopes at you. The press conference was an indicator, the amount of people that were putting hope and faith into Abdul Badakhshi. And he came back and he delivered with fury. And the show of respect and sportsmanship.
Let's
is
look
just
at the
taken.
action
We can just,
replay.
it was so short, we can watch the whole fight. Beautiful jab by Badakhshi. Came forward, he had the range, hit him with that overhand right. Park tried to pull guard, he pulls guard here. But unfortunately got at the hands of Badakhshi, who landed 3 clean elbows and closed the show. I mean, it does not get cleaner and more brutal than that, ladies and
And it
gentlemen.
doesn't get quicker than this.
How many seconds was that, Rahul?
I think
I
was
think 14
hardly
seconds.
8 or 9 seconds.
I think we'll have to get the official stats from everybody, but I think that was under 15 seconds or so. How many seconds was that? I don't know.
That had to be under 15 seconds, Arjun, because that was bullet speed.
How many seconds was that, Rahul?
I think
I
was
think 14
hardly
seconds.
8 or 9 seconds.
I think we'll have to get the official stats from everybody, but I think that was under 15 seconds or so. How many seconds was that? I don't
That
know.
had to be under 15 seconds, Arjun, because that was bullet speed. You were absolutely right when you said, do not blink your eye.
Oh.
Well, the crowd goes crazy supporting their countryman. Let's quickly go inside the cage with Jared Kyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dean called a stop to the fight after 18 seconds of round 1, declaring the winner by knockout, Abdul Badakhshi! Give it up for the Afghan Lion!
The Afghan Lion, ladies and gentlemen,